because your confidence will not come from waiting. Your confidence will not come from somebody else validating you. It's going to come from you doing things and doing the hard. And what proof do you have that it is true? And for proof, I mean a track record. I mean evidence. I mean this is happening every day. Even if there is some truth to what you think other people believe about you, it does not mean that it has to be about reframing the narrative, and then for you to start living the story that is aligned to the person that you are striving to become, aligned to the version of you that you know that you can show up as. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Vanessa, and I help professionals just like you to build confidence and to learn to trust your voice. So today we're diving into a topic that hits quite close to home for me, and that is breaking free from what you believe people think about you. Have you ever walked into a room, into a conversation, into a meeting, and for some reason you just had these thoughts of, these people probably think I'm not capable of doing XYZ, or achieving this goal, or leading this project, or these people probably don't take me seriously. And it could be for so many different reasons why you feel that way. But have you ever had those thoughts when you've walked into a room, a conversation, or a meeting, and then because of those thoughts you held back, you took a back seat, you did not share your ideas, you did not ask the question, you did not make the comment, you didn't want to challenge, and essentially you just did not show up the way in which you would have wanted to show up? Now, if that sounds familiar, I want for you to know that you are not alone. I know exactly what that feels like, because for such a long time, that's where I found myself. And today what I want to do is to share with you ways in which you can break free from those thoughts that hold you back because of what you think other people think about you. Okay. Before we go into it, I want to share a personal story with you. Now, for years, I felt stuck in my role, in my workplace, because I just was not progressing. I wasn't leading teams, and I really wanted to. I wasn't leading projects. I wasn't being promoted. I wasn't part of decision making. I was very much just the worker, right? Somebody else decides on something and then I do the work. And I was doing that very well, but I felt stuck because it was year after year after year that I'm doing this with no progress or sign of advancement in sight. And so over time, I convinced myself that the people around me, my colleagues, my peers, my managers, must probably think that I'm not leadership material. And so I thought that they think I'm just not capable, I'm not ambitious enough, I don't go for what I want, I probably wouldn't be able to handle that, that next level and what it comes with. And that belief held me back. And because I believed that they thought that, I started showing up small. So I stopped speaking in meetings. I avoided taking on challenges, and I avoided challenging other people, because I thought the person I'm challenging probably thinks, girl, what you doing? You know who you are. What are you even trying to do here? And I lived up to this expectation that I created in my own mind. Saying it out loud sounds a little, yeah. It sounds so far-fetched, but this is true. And what's interesting is earlier today I had a call with one of my clients, and we're discussing this because this had been their experience as well. As they were describing the struggle of theirs, I was like, I know exactly what you are talking about. I have been there. I know. I have lived it. I have experienced it. And in reality, no one actually said any of the things that I thought they believed about me. No one had said it to me that I'm not capable, that I'm not leadership material, that I can't handle the next level. Nobody had said that to me. But I was just stuck in the story that I had made up, and it kept me from showing up as best as I could. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way, just like my client I had spoken to earlier today. And that's why I'm here to help you to rewrite that story. Okay, so let's get into it. The truth is, most times, and I absolutely believe this, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you know what, it comes from nowhere. Most times, those thoughts that we have, it comes from somewhere. These perceptions are stories that we have created either because of a past experience or because of some sort of fear that we have. My past experience was that I had applied for a role that I thought, slam dunk, this is mine. There are no two questions about it. I had applied for it and I didn't get it. Long story for another day as to why I didn't get it and what I did differently. I'll share that story next time. But I did not get it. And after that, I was so nervous to apply for any other promotions because I thought, why bother? You're not going to get it. You're clearly not at that level. You don't, you're not there yet. And chances are the people who are going to interview you probably think the same, because some roles, it was maybe the same interviewer or the same person from HR or whoever that was sitting in that meeting, and I'm like, oh, they're probably going to think of the same lady from the last time. What has changed? What has changed? It's probably going to be the same thing again. Oh, should we even do this interview? Why bother? Why bother if we're going to get the same results? And so what I've realized is that even if there is some truth to what you think other people believe about you, it does not mean that it has to define you. It does not mean that you now have to give it life and show up that way. You still get to decide every single day. You can leave one meeting where maybe you were even lambasted and you know what, it did not go your way at all. And going to another meeting and decide how you will show up in this meeting. Decide how you will convey your message. You get to decide. And so it's not what others think of you or what you think others think about you. It's what you decide and what you believe and how you then show up because of that. So when you finally then let go of these limiting beliefs, like I had to do, that's when your confidence grows. That's when you start showing up. That's when the opportunities open up. That's when you really get to do what you wanted to do with this career and take it to new heights. Because we're not here just to play small. Take it to new heights. Let it advance. Let it grow. Now, what are some of the steps that you can take to break free from these thoughts that you believe people think about you? I'm going to share with you 3 practical steps, okay, to help you break free from limiting beliefs and then to help you speak with confidence. The first one is for you to challenge that story. So that story that's playing in your mind about how you're incapable, how you're not ready, how you're not good enough, how you're not smart enough, so on and so forth. Challenge that story. Is it true? And what proof do you have that it is true? And for proof, I mean a track record. I mean evidence. I mean this is happening every day. Not that, oh, I once made a mistake one time, and since that time, I just believe that I'll always make mistakes. I think everybody thinks that of me. That's not proof. And just like in my example, just because I flunked in one interview, it did not mean that I'm not leadership material. So what proof do you have for that story that you've been narrating in your mind? Because most of the time, that story is based on assumptions and not facts, okay? Because I feared being judged, I believe now everybody who's in this room or who's in this conversation is just judging me. Because I've made a mistake before, I believe that they probably think I'm not capable, I'm always going to make mistakes, I don't pay attention to detail, I don't see this. And now you live in that story. Is it true? And what proof do you have for that story? Okay? Number 2, I want you to reframe the narrative. So instead of being stuck in your mind of what you believe others think about you, I want you to ask yourself, what do you think of you, and how do you want to show up? Okay, ask yourself, how do I want to show up? And then create a new story around or that aligns with the person that you are striving to become. So for example, I could say, you know what the story that I want to create is that I believe Vanessa is so passionate about her work. I believe that even in tough conversations and discussions, if Vanessa does not have the data to support what she's saying or a perspective that she's putting out there, she will get back to me. She always gets back to me. Vanessa's one who follows through. Vanessa's one who sticks to her words, her commitments and stuff. Vanessa's quality of work is great. When Vanessa shows up, when she's in the meeting, you will know that she's there because she contributes. She listens very well to what you say, and then she gives her perspective. That's what I want to believe. That's the person that I'm striving to be. And so I create that story in my mind, and slowly but surely, I start to show up as that person. If I believe that Vanessa can handle difficult discussions, then when we are in a tough discussion, I keep my composure because that's the person I'm striving to be, and that's who I'm going to be. That's who I am in that moment. I'm the Vanessa who can handle difficult discussions. So step 2 is really about reframing the narrative, and then for you to start living the story that is aligned to the person that you are striving to become, aligned to the version of you that you know that you can show up as. Step 3, I want you to take action anyway. So even if you are scared, even if you are nervous, even if the thoughts are just overwhelming, in that moment, take a deep breath and take the action. Speak up in that meeting. Ask the question. Share the idea. Volunteer for the project. Raise your hand for the opportunity. Just do it. Okay? Take the action, because your confidence will not come from waiting. Your confidence will not come from somebody else validating you. It's gonna come from you doing things and doing the hard things. And this is hard because you're literally going against your thoughts and going against the story that you believe is true about yourself. Okay, so all in all, you are not defined by what you think other people think about you or by what they think about you. You get to decide how you show up, and you get to decide which story you are going to live by. So this week, I challenge you to take an action that scares you, to do one brave thing, one thing that really is just freaking you out right now. I want you to speak up. I want you to share the idea. I want you to make the comment. I want you to challenge somebody's perspective in a meeting, okay? And just rewrite the story that you are living by. Rewrite it, because if you don't, you continue to be stuck in this perception that you believe others have of you. And then you show up like that. And one day it's like, what? I've never even thought of you that way. Why would you think that? And you're like, wait, what? Have I just been living my life all this time thinking that people think these things of me when they're not even thinking of me? Chances are they're not even thinking about you. They've got so much on their plates. They're thinking about themselves. Okay, so if this resonates with you, I want you to let me know in the comments. And if you've had a similar experience, please share with me what you are currently doing to break free from that. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful, I want you to like it, I want you to share, I want you to subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Remember that your voice has power. Your voice has power. Use it, and use it confidently. Until next time, bye-bye.